All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Just you know the drill. Gotta wait for a few people, but what we got for y'all, this week is Deshaun Watson. And I don't know if you saw my post earlier or not, Trav, but I said that he is a little Russell Wilson mixed in with he's Russell Wilson with Tom Brady mechanics. I wish I. No, I don't think Jerm Mack is gonna be in the building tonight. Unfortunately. All right, I'm gonna pull up these timestamps and then we're gonna get rolling. Yeah, he is. He's doing some good things, but more importantly, Trav, he's looking sharp. The mechanics are there. The IQ is there. And we're just gonna see what he got because there's a lot of good things to see from this dude. Pull up the timestamps. Technology don't fail me now. Deshaun. Okay, there we go. This chain work. All right, let's just get it rolling, y'all. Move. No, this isn't him. One second. Shit, no, my goodness, why did I do this? I always do this. I always mess it up. Yeah, here we go. All right, this is the first play. And this is where I say there's a lot of young 12 in him. So this ball goes to Demaryius Thomas, who's right here, and he's going to run a little out route, but he obviously breaks it a little deeper than that. And what I want you to watch, first of all, it's a great throw, strong throw, good mechanics, and I'm going to show you from the end zone angle just how sound really the mechanics are. So the first thing you're going to notice is his feet. When he gets the snap, see, it takes that step, boom. Okay, so he moves out a little bit. This is what I want you to watch right here. So the first thing you see is this is all tight, it's compact, it's close to the body on the right side. You can see the triceps, he gets that full extension. That's very important you got to be able to see that the triceps are firing at the very end. You see he has that. The one thing that Bill O'Brien cleaned up immediately was the release. You see where that ball is released? In college, the ball was being released more over here rather than over here. And what that did was it would make the ball sail a little bit. But with the release being where it's supposed to be, you could see that ball is just basically traveling with good energy. And then the last thing I want you to focus on is right here. Keeps that close to the body. It's really, I know it may seem like something small, but when it comes to mechanics, when it comes to quarterbacking, when it comes to needing to be absolutely precise, every small detail matters. And this here is very important. You can see he's unbalanced. You can see everything is aligned, and this is just a really strong throw. And you can see the catch. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find much better film than this. But if you notice, this is Tom Brady from 2006. It's very similar. You see how the triceps are you could see the triceps firing. You see where the release is. Now, obviously, 12 is throwing this ball a little deeper. You can see it's a 54-yard touchdown. And then if you look right there, there's that left hand. There's that left hand being tight to the chest, and everything is compact.
Steps up, throws deep, wide open, is reshaped. Caldwell for the touchdown.
Shout out to Rashay Caldwell. See if we could find one more throw. No, that's not the one we want to see. And then this one, again, the quality is piss poor, but is all I got. You see how Tom rises up? Again, it's really piss poor quality. Excuse my language. But I'm going to just, again, triceps, release, and we don't have any angle other than this. But right here, you could tell that body, that left arm is tucked in tight. Shout out Kevin Falk. Same thing there, but I think, yeah, it was this one. Same thing here. Again, same thing. Triceps. Left hand tucked in. And this is a young 12, which is really what I wanted to show you, was a young 12, not an old 12. So you see that, and just for the record, in case anybody's wondering, let me show y'all this real quick. Yep, absolutely, Trav. That high point release makes him look like a young 12. It really does. Is this? Yeah, this is the throw I wanted to show y'all. Just to show you again, this ball goes to Julian Edelman on that out route. Unbelievable anticipation here by Tom with the pressure in his face. But again, I just want to watch. This is really not about Tom. This is just to show you the mechanics of how he reminds me of him. See that? Left arm tucked in. And obviously 12 at this point just does a much better job than anybody. You see where that ball is released. You see how it's released. And really when you are on point with your mechanics, you can put the ball exactly where you want to put it. I don't know if any of y'all watch Undisputed from time to time. I do every now and then. And you always hear Shannon Sharp call Carson Wentz walk it to him. I mean, well, really, Peyton and Brady and Breeze are the original kings, and Montana, of the walk it to them. And when you can have everything on point, you can have a ball that goes exactly where you want it to go. And you see there's not much room there for Edelman to work, but because of where that ball is located, he's able to easily get 2, 3, multiple feet in and get a touchdown out of it. Another angle for that footwork, though. Yes, sir. Details, absolute details, MJ. What are you talking about, Chris? Which one? 2nd and 6, ball and 44. All right, this one here goes to DeAndre. Same thing. Good, strong, accurate throw. Good anticipation. See, DeAndre's kind of running like a corner route here, and they bump him off. It looks like a cover 2. It is clearly a cover 2. And, okay, look at, see here, the ball is being thrown right there. This is where DeAndre is. And look at just how accurate he is with this throw. Again, it's going to be much better from the red zone angles to show you the mechanics and everything. But you could see strong throw, good anticipation. He's reading the defenses. He's understanding what's happening. And I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to really show you something right now about... This is another thing that reminds me of Tom Brady. So if you've heard me talk about 12 before, one of the things that I believe separates him from a lot of other quarterbacks is off of play action. And I can show you Matt Ryan. I can show you Aaron Rodgers, Matt Stafford. Not so much Drew, not so much Ben, not so much Rivers, not so much Wentz. Those three really are the first ones that come to mind of the topper tier quarterbacks. Off of play action, they just sometimes keep dropping, and there's no reason to drop, because the more you drop, the more you're getting away from the line of scrimmage, and obviously that's not what you want. You want to drop to a particular depth and then as quickly as possible rise up in the pocket. Not many quarterbacks do that. And you could see here with Deshaun, okay, there's the fake, 1 step, 2 step, boom, ready to throw. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. 1, 2, boom, I'm ready to throw. Look at his feet. He's in a position to throw. Now, you see how everything comes in, everything just moves in motion, really. Everything just moves as one. See that? He has a ball in the ball carriage there. There's a separation of both hands. And as he separates the ball, as he separates his hands, as he separates his hands, he starts to step. Hand separation, foot get implanted. Next thing, same thing. In college, this ball would have been released right here in college. Now he's releasing it just literally a millisecond later. And that makes all the difference. You could see how that ball just flies out of his hand. Left arm tucked in, head up, aiming towards the target. And then what I want you to watch at the end is the ball placement of this football. You see Hopkins comes in right there at the end. And that is, you cannot put the ball in a better position. I mean, you really can't. That's unbelievable. That is really, I mean, that is just impressive. These small little things that make big differences, you just don't see it the way you see it with this guy with young quarterbacks. You see it from Wentz. You see it from Luck. You see it from Goff on occasion. But you don't see it too often with too many quarterbacks. Okay. Did I say first and 10? Oh yeah, this is it. Okay, here we go. So this one, again, another example of why he reminds me of Tom. This right here is a Patriots play. And obviously Bill O'Brien stems from New England. So obviously they are running the Earnhardt-Perkins offense. And despite popular belief, the Earnhardt-Perkins offense is much more complicated than people would make it out to be. It is certainly more complex than the West Coast offense. The one thing the Earnhardt-Perkins system does is simplify the vocabulary to make the communication easier, because the most important thing in the Earnhardt-Perkins offense is communication between the quarterback and everybody else. And the quarterback bears, I want to say, 95% of the responsibility in the Earnhardt-Perkins offense. Now, I understand some people may argue with me on that, because obviously the receiver and the quarterback have to see the same thing in order for this system, for this offensive philosophy to be effective. So if the corner is playing outside leverage, the receiver's got to know what to do. The quarterback has got to be aware of the cornerback's leverage. I mean, there's all kind of communication pre-snap and post-snap reading that is required out of this system, much more than not much more than the Air Coryell, but certainly much more than the West Coast offense, where primarily with the West Coast, it's left, right, check down, throw it away. It's a little more complicated than that, and you could see it because you got all these leverage routes right here. So he's running a leverage route or option route. I call them leverage routes when this is just what I do. Some people may say that it's wrong, but these are my views. He's going to run a leverage route. He's going to run a leverage route. And Deshaun Watson is just going to have to make a choice. This is a 1st and 10. Okay. And and the thing about it is, okay, with the West Coast, as he makes that final step right there, that ball needs to be out. But the problem is, Deshaun's got to make sure that the slot receiver is seeing the same thing, and that's why he waits a little bit. But the throw is really, again, just where you want to put it. It allows the receiver to grab it in stride and also protect himself, and picks up some good yardage on first down. There you see he's communicating something. All right, again, this is something that's very important. You see how he starts to apply all that weight to his left foot? You see that? That is really, really efficient. Because what that allows him is to take a big step back with his first step, and then 2-step, 3-step. Now, the one thing I would have liked to see him do is stop. Okay. The one thing that I would like to see him do, but again, it's all really a preference and just comfortable in the West Coast. As he plants this foot, his hips would already be opened up and planted towards the target. But again, because he has to wait, he can't quite open up his hips all the way. When he sees him, that's when he starts opening up. You see the plant foot, you see the strong throw, you see that everything is aligned right here. You see the left elbow tucked in. Everything here is tight. It's a really strong delivery. I mean, it's a really, really strong delivery. And it needs to be, because it hits him exactly where it needs to be hit. All right. Okay. Now this next play. This is good coverage on the play. He ends up going deep here to DeAndre Hopkins at the bottom of your screen. Oh no, that is not at all the route that he runs. He runs more like to the boundary here, and Adoree Jackson here does a really good job with the coverage. It's off of play action, and I'm gonna just give you some quick views. This is just the following is my opinion. So just watch the play from here. All right. This is my opinion. I have seen quarterbacks double hitch. And I would rather, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I think that actually ends up being a 7-step drop. It ends up being a 7-step drop in total. So watch. Come on, Game Pass, don't do me that. Come on. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Hitch. And it's really well done. It really is well done. But watch where this ball lands. You see where that ball lands, right? Okay. Now, obviously, because this ball ends up kind of breaking in for my baseball guys, you kind of give DeAndre no chance to grab it. So what I would recommend is after here, step, boom, right there, and then I would recommend is he starts hitching at this point and maybe even throw in a double hitch. So instead of throwing the ball 7-step hitch, instead of throwing the ball from, let's say, that looks like the 45, if you do a 5-step drop and a hitch or even a double hitch is a little much because, but the double hitch is there because you see all this space that he has. But even if he stops right here and he does a hitch, he's still throwing it from right there rather than right here, which is about 4 yards if you put in the width maybe. And I just think if he throws it from here, he can lead it more to where it needs to be and give DeAndre a better chance at it. Again, that's just my opinion. But, sometimes I'm pretty fond of my opinion. Sometimes. We talk about starting quarterbacks, I'm fond of my opinion. We talk about backup quarterbacks, I'm not fond of my opinion. Shout out Nick Foles. Q2, 3rd and 4. But the great thing about him is, all right, so this is the next play. This is a very next play. 3rd and 4. It's quick feet, sound mechanics, perfect throw. Boom. Fortunately, he gets dropped. But that's not his fault. And this is very Tom Brady of him. Quick feet, boom. Watch from the next angle. There's the step. Boom, boom, bow, delivery. That ball is perfect, but he just drops it. All right, this next play, he gets fooled a little bit here by the blitz. You could see the Titans are showing blitz from this side. And so they start to communicate that. The blitz ends up coming from the other side. See that? And he ends up dropping. And he has a direct path towards Watson. Now I want you to watch what he does. Quick feet, steps up, makes a play. And this is not very Tom Brady of him. This is more Russell Wilson of him. But you see that? Look at how quick he reacts. He gets fooled by it, but he doesn't panic. He just reacts, understands what's going on, finds a little space in the pocket, makes a play, gets a completion. And why is that important? Well, I'm going to show you why. Very next play, they get to the line of scrimmage. This is a 2-minute situation. Now, what happens here is he goes through his progressions. So this is an example of him understanding defenses, understanding how to go through progressions. The problem is he kind of takes his time with it, and the throw is a little late. However, what ultimately matters is how good of a throw you make. I'm going to repeat that again. No matter what happens pre-snap, no matter what happens post-snap, no matter the coverage, no matter the route, if you make a perfect throw or a near perfect throw, that's all that matters. And he makes a really beautiful throw on this one. So you see once again, this time they end up rushing 3. They try that overload blitz, but they're only rushing 3. So he knows he has time. And look at this I love to see this from young quarterbacks. And I say love, I mean love. Because he is just standing tall in the pocket right there. And he's just scanning the field. Okay, make sure to get that back to how I had it. Now you see DeAndre right here, he's open. Sees him a little late, but he sees him just in time. A little late, but just in time. And he doesn't panic. He sticks to his fundamentals. He trusts his fundamentals. And he just makes a throw. He makes a throw. What was that, Chris? What's your knock on Watson? See, he's reading. He stands tall. The one thing I don't want to see is this hopscotch shit. Excuse my French. I don't want to see that. The one thing we don't want to see from quarterbacks is the bottom of their cleats, ever. But you see, again, he's scanning the field. And what's important, as he begins his ball separation, as he begins to separate his hands, everything starts to get in sync. And the ball is, and just look at this. I mean, that is just, it's really good. You see the triceps firing. You see the release. The left foot. That left foot is really important. Why do they call it football? Because your feet are the most important part of the game. And that ball typically, if you look, that ball is gonna go where that left foot is. It's just that simple. That ball is gonna go where that left foot is. As much as there's so much complexity, I don't even know if that's a word, to this position, there is some simplicity to it. And the simplicity is really just being sound in your fundamentals. If y'all wonder why sometimes it takes me so long to lab quarterbacks, it's just because I end up doing this. I find something I really like, and I just watch it. Just like this. Don't judge me. Judge yourself, in the words of Big Yesh. And when it ends up happening, all right. My bad. Must have offended somebody. What ends up happening is they kick a field goal out of this play. All right, next play. Okay, this. All right, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't know how to throw the ball away. Judgment pass. I mean, Chris, again, when you're evaluating these young quarterbacks, you can't evaluate them with the same eye that you would evaluate an Aaron Rodgers, a Drew Brees, a Tom Brady, a Ben Roethlisberger, a Phillip Rivers. You just can't, because, I mean, if you want the truth for a quarterback, it may take a quarterback about 7 years to really get a hang of the NFL game. Somewhere between 5 to 8 years, I'll say. Some guys get it quicker, some guys don't. But really, even the guys that get it quicker, it's not till the second contract where you start to see an evolution in their game. So the fact that, because I'm going to tell you this as well, Chris, we can watch film on a lot of young quarterbacks, and it does not look nearly as good as how this guy looks. Pregnant pause. Absolutely, Danye, whichever name you go by these days, but absolutely, it all comes with experience. It's not an easy game to play. It's the hardest position in football. But what I want you to watch on this play, this is why it's really the ultimate team game, right? It's 3rd and 9. This is a 3rd and 9 situation. The Titans end up blitzing. They end up picking it up. I'm going to show you how they end up picking it up. Deshaun ends up just going to his check down, and they pick up a first down. And we're going to watch it from the end zone angle here, and I'm going to show you all a little something. You might miss it. All right. So you see, the first thing they do is they bring back in Lamar Miller. All right. Now here comes the communication. He's pointing it out. And you can see the Titans are really in an exotic look. This is just vintage Vrabel, Romeo Crennel. That old 3-4 New England defense. All right. Now here comes the blitz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys are coming. They got 7 guys staying to block. The key to this play is Lamar Miller and number 84, that's Ryan Griffin. So number 84, number 26, Lamar Miller. So what I want you to watch is Lamar Miller first. Okay? Job well done. That's the first thing. You got to do your job. You got to do your job. Second thing, the offensive line from the left guard to the right tackle, they slide the protection and they just pick it up, right? Now what ends up happening, what the biggest key to this play is number 84, Griffin. First thing he does is chip. When he chips him, this is a hard chip. When he chips him, that gets him in front of the other blitzing linebacker. So now it makes things a little easier, and now you just got a mess right here. I mean, you just got a whole big jumbo mess right in here. And he's got all this space to work. And the one thing about Deshaun, doesn't panic at all. Now, this is another key thing. This tells you everything you need to know about your quarterback. And if you've been listening to me, this is a subtle little shot at Aaron Rodgers. Your fundamentals matter. Whether it's a 1st and 10, 3rd and 9, first quarter, fourth quarter, red zone, whatever, your fundamentals always matter. Why do they matter? Because your fundamentals affect the placement of the ball. He could have very easily, lacklusterly, lackadaisically, whatever lazy description you want to use, he could have been very lazy with it. But instead, he sticks to his fundamentals as much as he possibly can, and he delivers a strong throw. Run it fast. Griffin, just see the chip, creates the havoc, rolls to the right, dumps it off, first down. Maybe. Yep, and 84 just broke off, exactly. That's the play. That's the play. And the one thing with Deshaun is he's not afraid to check the ball down. He really isn't. And the one thing I like about him is that he's a pass-first quarterback, run-second. And that's really important. As a quarterback, I don't care what it is you are, how good you are, how good you think you are, how athletic you are. At some point, you want to have real success in this game. You got to be able to do it from the pocket. All right, this is a 4th and 1. And I want you to watch. I'm going to slow it down as always, but just watch it real speed first. Run it back again. It goes to DeAndre Hopkins, bottom of the screen. An out route. It's a 4th and 1. First of all, 4th and 1, and look at how far he gets back. That's to show you the threat of DeAndre Hopkins. Because if you press him and you got nobody to help him, he's gone. Yup. Calm in the pocket. You got to have an arm. And the one thing I want you to watch here is this ball begins to get thrown. See that? See where the ball starts to get thrown? As DeAndre Hopkins is breaking into his route. There's the break. There's the ball coming out. And it's a really good, accurate throw. Same thing with the feet. Puts all his weight on his left foot so he can generate some momentum. And this is just a quick one fire. And again, the mechanics are really good. And the ball is like, just look at how everything fires. I mean, you could tell everything is working here. Everything is working. And it's a strong delivery. Right, Chris. And one thing you got to remember, Chris, is that they're running the Patriots offense. This is New England's offense. And so a lot of the footwork is very similar to Brady because it has to be. Because it's all about quick releases, quick throws, and really understanding what the defense is doing to you pre-snap. Is this the 4th quarter? No, this is the 3rd quarter. Okay, I got to show y'all one last play. See if I could find where it is. Short scrambles. Here it is. What I've been telling y'all, he's Tom Brady he's Russell Wilson with Tom Brady mechanics. Again, you're going to see it much better. But what I want you to see is, you see where he is right there? Look at how much separation he gets, or how much distance he separates from the other defenders as he kicks it into gear. About which part, Danny? Which part exactly? Or you agreeing with me with? Because if I do say so myself, I think I dropped a lot of good points tonight. Don't you think? Brady is great at the shit, reading the defense before. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Brady's the king of it. He really is. It was Peyton Manning for a long time. watch the throne. Eventually, everybody's got to get dethroned. And as far as pre-snap, as far as IQ, Brady has definitely taken it. All right? So you see, he's almost dead to rights there. Really good job by the tackle. Steps up and takes off. The one thing I would like to see him do is get down right here. There's no reason to take this shot. That is my only quarrel with this play. I'm fine with all of this. It's a new age NFL. You got a chunkage of yardage. Get down. Just get down. You're already in field goal range. You're up 27-17. You're up 10 at home. Fourth quarter. You're driving with the ball. There's no need to take the hit. You got a field goal range. Get down. That's really the only thing. And he definitely did put the burners on. So that's pretty much a show. Yo, I don't know if anybody has any questions for me. You see we repping the ball U tonight. Might put on the hoodie just a little bit if anybody got any questions. Overall evaluation of Deshaun. For a young quarterback, he's extremely polished. For a young quarterback, he's extremely polished. The ceiling is the roof, as the Carolina Blue is on me. As that man said, the ceiling is the roof for him. The sky's the limit for him. He's got good talent around him. He's got good defense around him. Shout out to Bill O'Brien. He's done a phenomenal job in developing this kid to be a professional NFL Sunday quarterback. The biggest thing you saw from him immediately, literally from week one, his rookie year, from his first start, the one thing you noticed was how they fixed his throwing motion and his release. So shout out to him on that. And that's pretty much all I got for y'all. Any questions at all? Wait about 10 seconds because it's not really live. Facebook got to get a little better with that. Rather see him. Watson will go far. Let me see some of the comments. That's easiest way. Okay. Right. Judgment pass. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate you judging me. He has. And the one thing, Danny, is a quarterback's best quality, other than accuracy, is to be coachable. Because for one, when you're coachable, you're able to just be a sponge and grasp concepts and soak in information. And when you're a quarterback, you're literally a coach on the field. I don't care any good quarterback is a coach on the field. He's an extension of the offensive coordinator or the head coach, whatever you want to look at it. And so it's important for him to be coachable, because if you're coachable, that means you know how to coach. And that's very important. So shout out to him. I can't say enough good things about him for such a young player. He had some struggles early in the year, but that's natural. He's coming off an injury. He's still transitioning to the NFL game. But as the year has gone on, as this team has gotten better, his play has definitely gotten better. And so that's really all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I don't know if anybody else has any questions. As always, this program was paid for and sponsored by our friends, Ball U Academy, Ham's Homemade Cookies, 94 Feet of Life. All support and endorsed this detailed lab session. Of course, shout out to the Views crew. I'll catch y'all later.